Hello and welcome to episode 23 of the Dynamo Football Book Club Injury Time. My name's Alistair Bond and I'm joined by my co-host, and he told me today, this is from his own lips, the best father in the whole world, Johnny Coughlin. Johnny, how you doing?
That's not what I said. I'm doing well now.
This week we are doing a political five-a-side. One of us will be having a right-wing five-a-side team and another one will be having a left-wing five-a-side team. That will be determined by a coin toss. And then we'll be putting it through the old AI, seeing which is better once and for all, a left-wing ideology or a right-wing ideology.
Is this determining it?
We're going to answer that question today, folks. So going to put a lot of solving the world's problems. Right?
Rinvio non facile perché il pallone era molto sotto. Controllo di Liverani.
La palla di Liverani per Ticagno.
You absolutely did say that, Johnny. I said, and sorry folks, but I said, parenting, the better the parent, the harder it is. And you immediately replied, I find it harder than anyone in the world. You know what you're doing, Johnny?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't disagree, bruv. I wouldn't disagree. Fabulous father. And good man. All right. Anyway, Johnny, how are you? Sorry.
I'm good. Are you drinking a beer?
A ginger beer. No, would never be so unprofessional, Johnny. Never be so unprofessional as you drink on the podcast.
Well, do you want to comment on this? What's written on my t-shirt here, Al?
Yeah, Johnny is sporting the Casal di Sangro home kit from the year that the book that we read. It's a magnificent kit. It really is. It's lovely. And the sponsor is, as talked about on that episode, Soviet Jeans.
Yeah, a very thoughtful gift from my older brother, Barry. Thank you very much, Barry. He's quick to call me up on various mistakes that we make in the podcast, but he's a thoughtful man when it comes to a Christmas gift, I tell you that much.
Well, good for him. My brother also buys me nice gifts, but I know for sure he won't be listening. I promoted this podcast once to someone in a bar when he was there. Oh, for God's sake, Sally, leave it alone. Okay, all right.
Have you got a preference? Right wing or left? Right wing or left wing?
Well, you know me, Johnny. Here I am sitting in the shining city on the hill, like I'm in lovely free USA, whereas you're in the repressive states of Europe, aren't you, Johnny?
Yes, I'm in France with all its égalité and liberté, fraternity.
Dreadful stuff. Dreadful stuff. All right. Okay, so I'm going to toss a coin, Johnny.
Gladiators, ready!
Heads or tails?
Heads.
It is heads.
What does that mean? His head's
pick.
Oh, okay.
You want a left wing team or a right wing team?
Well, seeing as I'm dressed in this Soviet jeans, I would go left. I think maybe right is probably more fun in a way. Do you think it's more fun to be a right wing person? It must be easier.
Yeah, it is more fun, isn't it? You don't have to think about any problems at all. Just blame everyone else all the time.
Yeah, you can make any amount of jokes you want. You don't have to think about the consequences or what it means, you know?
Climate change isn't real, so that's fine. I don't need to worry about the burning heat of the sun, which is inevitably going to kill me. Brilliant. Yeah, no, much more fun. All right.
I must say my research did lean left, so this has worked out well for me. And I just wanted to have a bit of a... And maybe we can go position by position today, seeing as we're not picking from the same pool.
Absolutely right, Johnny. I know why you picked left, just so you can say, fucking Diego Maradona, like you wanted to on every single one of these drafts.
Well, I wanted to ask, actually, what does it mean to be left, Al?
Well, initially we were going to do this as footballers turned politicians, but that actually was quite a shallow pool. A shallow well. Don't want to fall down a shallow well. Yes, shallow pool. So we've just gone for conspicuously political figures within the world of soccer, right?
Yeah, and the reason I ask about, what does it mean to be right? What does it mean to be left? Left can mean many things, really, because it's a bit of a furry concept, isn't it? So you can have and I'm not going to give you any spoilers here, but there's just general woke social justice warriors. Your Juan Matas, your Marxist Rashford. Why doesn't no one ever call him that? Feeding all those kids. But your anti-capitalist types with Cantona, famously anti-capitalist, and the face of William Hill bookmakers. Supporters of left-wing causes, Gary Neville, friends with Andy Burnham. I'm going for a real Manchester United thing here. And then whatever, anti-racist, anti-fascist. So it can mean different things. And I'm very much going for the latter, actually.
Well, I think it's like pornography, and I think I say this every single podcast. You know it when you see it, don't you, Johnny? You can smell it. You know which one's which. I know. All right, okay.
So just to say as well, because I have done a good bit of research on this, and some of the people I have never heard of, but I will give you some alternate picks that I could have went for that I didn't choose that we do know. In fact, a lot of the people we've done books of have come up in the left. In my left list. But okay, seeing as I won the toss, why don't you go ahead and pick your first player, which would be a goalkeeper, I guess.
Yep. I'm going to go in goal. And I tell you what, right-wing goalkeepers, that is a rich pickings, man. So there's a bunch. Well, I tell you what, if I'm picking a right-wing team, I could just make this pod super, super short and just say I'll choose the Brazil team from right now. They're all fucking scumbags. Oh, mate, going through this. Oh, it's so depressing. Like, Ronaldinho? What? Oh, no. Awful fascist. Okie doke. So
wait, sorry. Ronaldinho is a fascist?
Bolsonaro loves him. Look at that lovely smile. How could that... You know, there's only one of the current crop of footballers who's not really a Bolsonaro apologist, and it's the worst one. Richarlison, God bless him. He's standing alone against Bolsonaro. He's pro-Lula. Shitty old Richarlison. There's something about him that I love, but also something I hate. All right, so in goal. Sorry, Johnny, go on.
Is it his name or a tattoo on his back that you love?
So many things about him. Just his little boy lost look whilst being a total thug. I mean, yeah, it's just, he's a character, isn't he, old Richarlison? You give him that. But he will not be appearing in it. Well, he could appear in your team, but I suspect he's not. All right, so goalkeepers. I've got a few here. And I've got a little quiz for you here. One of them is a goalkeeper called George Forsyth, who ran for president of his country. George Forsyth. I'll give you $100,000 bond bucks if you can guess which country George Forsyth ran for president for.
New Zealand.
George? Nope. Peru. Obviously, George Forsyth. All right, here's another one. Another South American. Chilavert. He's a big right-wing guy. They ran as a presidential candidate in 2023. He does look right-wing, doesn't he? He looks like a fucking Rottweiler. Another one, and I'm not going to go that, but I'm going to go to win today. Mark Bosnich. Did you know this? Mark Bosnich. He said that Fergie wanted him out of the team because he wanted Alex Ferguson to play. Alex Ferguson wanted to play a team of communists, and apparently.
He did a Nazi salute, didn't he, Bosnich?
Yes, he did. Although I don't know if he's that far right.
Is he is it kind of a Wayne Hennessy situation?
Just total and utter ignorance. Yeah, well, the coke-addled yuppie Mark Bosnich said this is like Margaret Thatcher was the best leader since Churchill. And apparently once, after a game, Alex Ferguson was meeting Tony Blair when... and delaying the bus leaving. When he got back on the bus, Mark Bosnich made a sarcastic comment about it. Things got heated and they came to blows and had to be separated by peacemaker Roy Keane. So look at that.
Bosnich came to blows with Ferguson.
over a sarcastic comment about Ferguson meeting Tony Blair. That's crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I had no idea about that. There you go. But yeah, I mean, I believe it. Yeah,
It sounds right. It sounds right,
He has the very much, the energy of like a bonds dealing 80s yuppie. Yeah. Anyway, but my goalkeeper it's quite a good one, is Gigi Buffon. Oh, it's so heartbreaking. You know what number he used to play with? He had on his shirt when he played for Parma?
What's a fascist number? I don't know.
88. HH. He played, Yep. I can see you look at surprise. Yep, he had 88 on his shirt when he played at Parma. Apparently, he used to sleep in a room with a bust of Hitler and Mussolini, but when...
No, come on. A bust of Hitler.
A bust. I must admit, I didn't verify that. The 88 is definitely true, but I couldn't find. But he said on the internet, Johnny. Lovely bust of Hitler and Mussolini. And
you know, in ChatGPT people have been relying on it for research, obviously, and there's incidences recently in the English courts. I think it was in England where people were relying on cases that never happened. They're just made up by ChatGPT.
Well, that's not what happened here, Johnny.
Anyway, what to say? Gigi Buffon and his bust of Hitler. Anyway, go ahead.
No, but this is bit. Yeah, he's true for sure. When asked now, he tried to disabuse himself, but describes himself as an anarcho-conservative. Yeah, that's one of them. And has funded and is friends with Mussolini's granddaughter. So, in goal, Gigi Buffon.
That's not bad. He did actually come up as a left-wing goalkeeper in my research, which is because I think he's, as you say, he's tried to distance himself from that. But what do you call him? Anarcho-capitalist. That sounds like something that like Musk would describe himself as or something, doesn't it?
Anarcho-conservative. It's basically an oxymoron. I mean, it is, right? But there you go. That's my goalkeeper, and he's a strong pick. Who are you going for, Johnny?
Well, okay, mine is, like I said, a lot of the people, I'm going for an anti-fascist, to me, an anti-racist kind of theme here. But I have others that are interesting. And of course, our friend Neville Southall, I think, are the three nicest fellas we've done books about to date, I would say, or maybe, and obviously I could be leaving someone out here, but I would say Southall, Keegan, and Puskas. They are such gentlemen, those three individuals. But Southall is famous in recent years for his online persona and asking questions about, social issues. He's anti-anarcho conservative. He's anti-conservative. He's as in Conservative Party, conservative with a big C. He was anti-Thatcher, and he's a supporter of various left-wing and social causes. An all-round good guy, I think, Neville Southall. But not my goalkeeper for today, because we've already done a book about him. So I'm going for the Poplar. El Chopo. Jose Angel Iribar. That's right. Born on the 1st of March 1943. Yes, I sound like a man.
I was going to go for him, old Iribar, Johnny. I knew it.
I sound like a man reading directly from Wikipedia. So he's an Athletic Bilbao goalkeeper with 600 appearances in the course of 18 La Liga seasons. And he won, interestingly enough, 2 Copa del Generalissimo trophies. But he is famous because after the death of Franco on the 5th of December 1976, he walked out playing for Bilbao together with the captain of Real Sociedad, Ignacio Cortabarria. They carried the Icorina, the Basque flag. The first time in Spain, it was still illegal to carry this. It was illegal under Franco, and it was still illegal when they did it. And he carried it out onto the pitch. It was the first display of the flag since the death of Franco. And he subsequently became involved in Basque local politics, and he was a founding member of a separatist coalition. So quite the opposite, really. So yes, and he was anti-fascist, pro-Basque, pro-democratic socialism. And he played 600 times for Athletic Bilbao, and his name is Jose Angel Iribar. That name again is Jose Angel Iribar.
Who can forget it, Johnny? Who can forget it? Old Iribar. He's a household name over here. All right, you've got Iribar, so I'm going to go from him to a much more lampoonable character. In defence, I think this is my most predictable pick. Sol Campbell. Hello, Scott. How you doing, buddy? He's not really that involved with politics. He just dabbles. But take a look at him wearing a flat cap out shooting and tell me he's not a fucking Tory. Yes, he is. But here's a quote. Here's a quote from him. This year I shot 30 birds. The banter was just lovely. Yeah, thanks, Sol. Cheers, mate. There's another picture of him looking proud as punch, standing with Priti Patel, Michael Gove, and Boris Johnson.
Really?
Yeah.
But his thing was the mansion tax, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's actual quotes of him like, oh, he's furious about the mansion tax, but he doesn't like financial inequality. I don't think really you understand your position, do you, Sol? I think the general consensus is he's a bloody idiot who's just making it up as he goes along.
Yeah. Yeah, it's regrettable, isn't it, I suppose? That kind of makes, as you say, it makes him kind of lampoonable. And I suppose Campbell was an amazing defender, wasn't he?
If anything, perhaps a little bit underrated, really.
I would say underrated, yeah. And when he made that move, obviously becoming an absolute villain in the eyes of Spurs fans, but it was big and it was significant in terms of how things played out subsequently, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it was breathtaking at the time. And yeah, at the time, what team in the world wouldn't he have gotten into? That's always what people say. It's like, he could have gone anywhere. That's why the betrayal seems so great. He could have gone to Barcelona. He could have gone to the biggest teams in the world, but he didn't. He went to Spurs' most hated rivals.
But he is a joke. He is a joke now, isn't he? He is a joke.
Yeah. He is a joke. Yeah, he is. He absolutely is a joke.
Okay, well, I'm going to stick with Arsenal, and this guy is an unusual footballer. Hector, named after Hector from the city of Troy, might I add. Hector Bellerin. And I've picked him because he's a vegan.
So was Hitler, Johnny. Oh, mate.
No, he's known for his opinions on political matters. Strangely, he's anti-Catalan independence. There you go. But he has declared himself left-wing, although he's not a supporter of any political party. He has been outspoken on why everybody was so obsessed with the Ukrainian war when they have turned a blind eye to wars in Yemen, Iraq, and the Palestinian war. He said this in 2022. I guess he probably doesn't feel like that anymore. And this is interesting. In November 2025, Hector Bellerin, who plays for Real Betis, declared his support for Mayor-elect of New York City, Zoran Mamdani, via a video message during Mamdani's appearance on the Adam Friedland show. Okay, there you go, Hector Bellerin. Also, Hector Bellerin likes reading books.
Yeah, he's got a funny accent as well, hasn't he? Like, he's got a real cockney. He sounds a bit like Jack Sparrow or Keith Richards when he talks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's just a thoroughly likeable character, isn't he? I've seen that. And he's one of the few footballers. How many football games have we been? Well, we've seen him play together, haven't we? I remember at the time thinking he looked better than he did on TV. He was so fast and strong.
Oh, he played in that Sunderland game when we saw all Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, that's right. Lovely stuff. All right.
Yeah, and there was something else. He has taken part in a debate at the Oxford Union. Hector Bellerin is not your average footballer, I think.
No, he's not. No, he just seems a good egg.
He's welcome to come on our book podcast anytime. He loves novels. He spent most of his youth reading non-fiction, which apparently is typical of males. During COVID, he became obsessive, Al, about fiction. Al, on an unrelated, well, related, but not directly, it didn't come from this. Who do you think is the biggest selling author of fiction of all time?
The Bible. The biggest selling, Agatha Christie.
Correct.
Thank you very much. 2
billion copies. Shakespeare's got 4 billion, but he's not He's not an author so much as a playwright. And the next is Daniela Steele with her 190 books.
Only 190. It's always
Yeah.
full of finger help. All right. Well, I'm going from the nice character of Hector Bellerin to a real villain, Kaka Kaladze. 83 caps for Georgia. 10 years at AC Milan. He is now the 10th mayor of Tbilisi. You look that up on Wikipedia, it says 10th mayor of Tbilisi. Underneath it says disputed.
Oh, go on.
Upon his retirement from football, he was forward thinking. He set up a company focused on energy businesses in 2008. Unsurprisingly, in 2012, when he ran for candidate for Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources, he was accused of a conflict of interest. He held that post between 2016 and 2017. He's linked to German oligarchs and he's selling off the Georgian state. He's an absolute scumbag. Kaladze, there you go.
That's
10th mayor of the Tbilisi, disputed. Do you remember him?
You know, his
Kaladze
brother
at
was
AC Milan?
his brother was kidnapped, and I don't think he was ever found. As in, like a ransom kidnapping. Kaladze's.
Really?
Yeah, I think that.
Come up in my research. A minor footnote in old Kaka Kaladze's life.
Is it Georgi Kaladze? Is that his name?
No. This is Kaka Kaladze who played for AC Milan.
No, the Kaladze I'm talking about also played for AC Milan. Let's see. Yeah, his brother was kidnapped in a high school case in 2001 and declared officially dead in 2006. But yeah, sorry, his name is Kaka Kaladze. So why did I think it was Georgi Kaladze? But anyway, okay, yeah.
It was Georgia Kinkladze, isn't it, who played for Man City?
Well, he is also Georgian, isn't he? But
Yeah.
I wasn't confusing him. But just for the record, let me stress, I was not confusing him with Georgi Kinkladze, who I suspect is an alright. He seems like a nice enough by his jinky little runs.
Yeah, he looks nice, doesn't he? But I'd go careful making those pronouncements.
Okay, is it me now or is it you? Okay, in midfield, I'm going for, the obvious one here is Socrates. And seeing as you're going for the Brazil thing, that would be like there's the whole Corinthians democracy thing. But we've done that before, Al. So I'm not going to go for Socrates. It's very uncharacteristic. I'm going for the less obvious player and the less good player. The worst player, if you want. I'm going for, that's right, Al, Bruno Neri, an Italian footballer who played as a midfielder for Fiorentina, Lucchese, Torino, and Italy. He had 3 caps for Italy, but he was also a World War II partisan. That's right. In 1940, he was combining his playing career with anti-fascist activities, and he was killed in an ambush by German troops at Maradi on the 10th of July 1944. I would like to see you question Bruno Neri's credentials. Like you say, you know it when you see it, and I think Bruno probably falls fairly squarely into the anti-fascist camp.
I mean, I can't dispute that, Johnny. That is an excellent pick, but I'll tell you what, in the battle of the ideologies, the right wing's got a lovely advantage. Have I got my next pick?
Yes.
You'll like this. Romario. Hello! Lovely old Romario.
You know, I thought he was left wing until my research, because he's an anti-poverty guy, right? That's during when the World Cup and the Olympics were going to Brazil, he was very prominent because he was saying it was essentially channeling all of these public funds into, I guess, white elephant kind of stadiums and stuff. But no, he's not left wing guy at all.
No, it is confusing because he is a member of the Liberal Party, which is a far-right party, which used to be called Party of the Republic. That's confusing. All right, Romario, only 5'6", you know. Only 5'6". I've got a little quiz for you here. It's not about politics. He has scored 100 goals for 3 different clubs. Only 5 players in history have done that. Can you get those 5 players? One. They're all very gettable. They're all very gettable. They are gettable. They are gettable.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
There's one. He's done it with 4 teams. He's the only player who's scored 100 goals for 4 teams. The other 2 are contemporary. They're both still play. 2 of the 5 are still playing.
Lewandowski.
Like literally, Lewandowski's one. Very good, Johnny. Yeah. Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, and Barcelona.
Yes.
The other one that's playing is literally the biggest twat in the world. It's not Steve McMahon.
The biggest twat in the world. He's still playing.
Yeah. I don't think you'll dispute it when I say he is the biggest twat in the world.
Oh my God. Oh, Neymar.
Yeah.
I saw the other day. Do you know what he's just bought himself?
A Batmobile.
A fucking Batmobile. That guy is the biggest fucking twat in the world.
It's not roadworthy, but I still reckon he's going to take it out on the roads, would be my guess.
Yeah, I have a feeling he might. He said it was a dream come true. Well, we're all happy for you. He is the biggest fucker in the world, isn't he? Fuck that guy.
Yep.
What about Zlatan?
No, Zlatan didn't score 100 goals for 3
Was he?
teams. But the last one is a fun one. And this is a bit of your Ibarra goalkeeper. Your goalkeeper's name I've already forgotten. Isidro Langara, he scored 100 goals for 3 teams on 3 different continents. Ooh.
Oh, that's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah, that is good. San Lorenzo in Mexico. San Lorenzo in Argentina. Real Club España in Mexico. And for Real Oviedo in Spain. He has the highest ever La Liga ratio. He averaged 1.14 goals a game. Ooh. 17 goals in 12 games for Spain. Ooh, Isidro Langara. Anyway, so up front, for me, Romario.
So hold on.
Senator for Rio de Janeiro.
Okay, I've got 2 forwards left. And the one I'm going to go for first is... Do you know who the Wunder team were, Al?
I do not, Johnny.
It was the Austrian team of the 1930s, Al. Come on.
Oh, I did.
You know nothing about football. Jesus Christ. And of course, I'm talking of Matthias Sindelar, the so-called Mozart of football. Now, that is a nice name. Also known as the Paperine, the Paperman. I saw him described in The Guardian as having the physique of Montgomery Burns when most players looked like Reinhard Wolfcastle. Is it Reinhard Wolfcastle? Rainier Wolfcastle, sorry. Anyway, he was a centre forward who played for the celebrated Austrian national side of the 1930s. He was known as one of the finest pre-war footballers, known for his fantastic dribbling and creativity. He was voted Austria's footballer of the 20th century in a 1999 poll and named Austria's sportsman of the century a year before that. And how many goals do you think this man scored in 703 matches for Austria Vienna? I'd guess.
This is a fool's errand for me, isn't it, Johnny? All right, let me ask you. Did he have a goal-scoring rate that was as good as Isidro Langara's?
No,
700 goals in 703 games.
600 goals. Not fucking bad, right? But okay.
Sorry, mate.
On the morning of the 23rd of January 1939, he was found dead in his apartment with his wife. Sorry, his unconscious lover, as to take the term used here in this Guardian article. Anyway, he was 36 years old. I'm reading from the Guardian now. The most prosaic explanation is the most likely. Carbon monoxide poisoning due to a blocked chimney flue. Blah, 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 blah. But conspiracy theories still abound. The Gestapo had a file on him and had kept his cafe under surveillance. He had celebrated rather too wildly in front of a match of furious Nazi top brass after scoring against Germany in a game to celebrate the Anschluss. Anschluss being the Nazi annexation of Austria. And the game was supposed to end in a draw, and the cheeky little devil went ahead and scored a goal, him and another fella, and they both went crazy. It ended 2-0. And then he refused to play for the unified Germany-Austria team. And this guy is a badass. Was it a murder? Was it a state killing? A suicide? Asked the Guardian. No one will ever truly know. But his friends speculated that he may have been killed by the Nazis. Again, Al, you know it when you see it. This guy, not a fascist.
Yeah, he's got a real sniff of escape to victory as well, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, and also his name is Matthias, but he was actually Matej. I think he was born Czech. moved to Austria, and he played for a Jewish team, although he wasn't himself Jewish, he was Catholic. There you go.
All right, the Mozart of football. All right, so what would be the Irish equivalent? It would be like the Enya of football, the Bono of football.
The Bono of football.
But the English, like, he's like the Elgar of football. Like,
We don't really have composers as such. Raymond Dean is a modern composer. Have you ever listened to modern music?
I think only if we're searching this fucking podcast, honestly, when I had to listen to, who was it? But Duncan Ferguson classical music. I think it's the only time I've ever listened to modern classical music.
Well, you know, I did music in school, you know, and we studied this guy Raymond Dean, but it was just like noise from the desert. It wasn't music in any kind of, you know, melodic sense. It was insane. But that's the only Irish composer that comes to mind. Composer.
Well, that's where I go. The Van Morrison. All right, I'll tell you. So my last pick, and I said Sol Campbell was probably my most obvious pick, but it's not. This is my most obvious pick. Can you guess who it is?
Alexi Lalas.
No, I'm not. I'm not touching that fucker. I'm not going there. Honestly, I saw him. I thought, I just don't even research him. I don't want to look at his stupid face. No, it's everybody's favourite fascist, Paolo Di Canio.
Of course.
Paolo Di Canio. In 2005, he proudly declared, "I'm a fascist." In 2013, when taking the job of Sunderland, he proudly declared, "I am not a fascist." My... In the meanwhile, though, he did do a few fascist salutes to Lazio fans, and he's described Mussolini as a very principled, ethical individual. He also has some tattoos on his back, a fascist eagle, some fascist emblems, Mussolini, and most regrettably, a West Ham tattoo.
But how can you have a Mussolini tattoo and say you're not a fascist? He just loves trains. I'm just into punctuality, you know. Like, what's the
very much so? Yeah, just organisation. I like that.
What's the prosthetic penis situation? Do you remember that guy? Remember that guy last year, the Eagle man from Lazio with his prosthetic penis?
Yeah, and he was a fascist sympathiser as well. If you dug a little bit deeper into that lad as well.
Yeah,
but that's not what got him sacked. It wasn't the fascist sympathising that got him sacked. It was a prosthetic penis.
Yes, it was the prosthetic penis. But okay, yeah, that is the obvious one. Okay, this one is probably less obvious. It's Rachlid McCluffy.
Oh, that's who I was going to pick.
So Ratchet McCluffy. You'll remember when we did the Defeat of the Chameleon, the story of the players from France, the French Algerian guys, or the Algerian players who left France and who were playing in the equivalent of Ligue 1, I guess, at the time, and they left to set up this team to play for a future independent Algeria. And this guy, Ratchet McCluffy, was the best. Was the best player. So, like, I pick him as left because it was an anti-colonial movement ultimately, but also when Algeria became independent, it did, in its early years at least, it was socialist. Ratchet McCluffy played for Saint-Étienne 102 times, 59 goals. He'd also played 4 times for France, and then he played 40 times for this FNL, which is the football team for the National Liberation Front of Algeria. And then he played 10 times for Algeria, scoring 5 times. And then he went back and played in France again. He just went back to France and continued playing. And he scored a bunch of goals. He in 380 goals, 380 games, he scored 170. So he's kind of a 1 and 2 striker. So that's my man up front. He may be no Romario, but he strikes me as a little bit more principled.
Well,
and that's what we want as footballers.
Have you ever done this, Johnny? But you've actually put the man before the result. No,
yeah. Well, the obvious one here
is just Maradona, Socrates. I'm going to absolutely murder you today. I'm so confident about winning this one.
Like, so the team I was going to go for was, we'll say, Southall, although this Irabar guy maybe was good. Then Bellerin, Socrates, Cantona, and I don't know. Actually, I had this McCluffy guy anyway. And then you've got Rashford's not left as such, but he's a decent egg. And he could have got in there, I suppose.
I mean, I'm going to push back on the decent egg bit.
You-
He did a good thing, but oh god, I'd hate to be sat in a room with him. Oh, his sulky little fucking face.
You and my brother, the same brother who got me this T-shirt or this shirt, I've always had beef with Marcus Rashford. You've been anti-Rashford from the get-go, you.
He's good for 2 months and then he's shit for 3 years. I mean, that's
How good
what
is
he
it?
does, right?
How good is he now for Barcelona after he scored that absolute worldie at the start?
Well, he missed an absolute sitter against Real Madrid and they've not continued the loan. That's how good he is.
Ah,
Yeah, he's headed back to United, mate. You got him for the second half of the season because he didn't cut the mustard because he's not that good.
okay. Well, that's news to me. Well, Michael Carrick and his tiny mouth will do. We'll see what he can do with him, I suppose. As you say, he's good for 2 months, and that's what we need right now. Do you think he's better than Benjamin Šeško, who can't stop scoring now since Everton is gone? He's scoring like that Spanish fella you mentioned, whose name I can't remember. Or the Oviedo
There's
guy.
a lot of names that we won't remember today, like Isidoro Langara.
Okay, do you want to tell me more about Brazilian fascist footballers while I type this into the machine?
Well, I can tell you some additional facts about the players I've picked. Paolo Di Canio was sacked by Sky Italia after revealing his Duce tattoo on a live broadcast because he was wearing a short sleeve shirt. It says Ducks. Hakan Suker, he was a good one for the left wing. Like, I think he's been disappeared or something weird.
Disappeared?
Yeah, I think I need to double check that. This is all stuff. Let me have a look. Where is Hakan Suker now? It's no laughing matter for Hakan Suker. Oh no, but he lives in exile in the United States now. Yeah, he was Hakan Suker, who was a politician, fell out of President Erdogan's government, and he was charged with treason and linked to terrorism. And he faces arrest and charges in Turkey, preventing his return. It doesn't really say if he's left wing or right wing, though. He just fell out of Erdogan, which could be all sorts of things, couldn't it?
Well, typically enough of right wing movements, you have invested heavily in defence, Al, with Saul Campbell and Kaladze. 2 defenders. You said midfield. Kaladze was a defender. Anyway, hopefully.
I knew he was a defender. I'd like to make quite clear, listeners, that I knew Kaladze was a defender.
And I would like to make quite clear that I knew he wasn't Georgie Kaladze. Okay, here we go. Team Al. So Buffon, Campbell, Kaladze, Di Canio, Romario versus Iribar, Bellerin, Bruno Neri, Sindelar, and McCluffy. All right.
Did somebody say bloodbath?
Okay, goal. Team Al. Di Canio smashes one off the bar. Nazi salute, no doubt. But of course, it's 1-1. Hector Bellerin drives down the right, very quick, cuts back. Sindelar dummies, McCluffy side foots it in. Oh my God, Team John takes the lead. Nero wins a 1-touch pass to Sindelar outside of the boot across Buffon. Celebrates it like fucking mad in front of the Nazis that Al has got in the crowd. But it's 2-2. Kaladze steps out, rockets one from distance. Iribar gets a hand of it, but can't keep it out. But it's 3-2 to John. McCluffy volley. Team Al 3-3. Romario stabs it home. And here is the decider. Who do you think's who's gonna win it? I don't know, by the way. The decider. Everyone's wrecked. 59th minute. This is an hour long. I told ChatGPT that this should be an hour long. Neri intercepts from Di Canio, slides it to Sindelar. Sindelar delays, waits, draws Campbell, treads the pass. McCluffy 1-on-1 with Buffon. He dinks it. Goal! Goal! He breaks away from the defence as though he was escaping France to free Algeria. But there we are. John's team of leftists 4, Al's fascist Nazi team 3.
Can't even. I sell out all my morality and still I'm left with defeat. When will it ever come good for me?
Man of the match. The Mozart of football. But sorry, go ahead.
Some sort of George Soros say I like this is nonsense. How on earth? Yeah, this is a result of that liberal media that we hear so much about, Johnny. Do you want to try and put this through Grok? I bet I'd win then.
And we can also see what they all look like naked.
Liberal bias in the media. They were right all along. How on earth could that team of who, and fucking who be my team of superstar? How would Sol Campbell and Kaladze concede? Okay, this is astonishing. Genuinely, I thought this was going to be by 3 clear goals.
All right. Well, we're back next week with Keith Gillespie.
Yes, we are. Keith Gillespie, How Not to Be a Football Millionaire. I think about it. As we discussed, one of 5 books with that title.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else to declare? Fallen fascist boy, Al Bond.
I'd like to make quite clear that my selection of the team does not reflect my political views. Okie doke, no, nothing. I'm genuinely, that is the first time I've been astonished by the result. I really thought that was in the bag.
Yeah, I must say I thought that one was probably in the bag for you as well.
I didn't go woke, but I did go broke.
Thank you very much, and we will chat to you all next week, folks. Thanks for listening, and please give us a 5-star rating if you get the opportunity. Take care.
Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Alrighty.
Last question. Thank you very much indeed.